Hello everybody, Glitch Ripper here. I'm back for another mob battle, and before I get back to my whole ore spawn thing with Apis, I decided to have him go out in a couple of runs with ArcanaRPG. This is going to be against most of the mini-bosses, with possibly an exception or two. Sometimes these weird situations come up, like one that does not know how to engage another enemy at all, and vice versa, which is very weird. I might demonstrate why. It seems to be an AI issue. I can't even get it to work with the wand, and that kind of says something that is just bizarre. I may have a bypass. I'm gonna have to check, but it's just extremely bizarre. So I'm wondering about that one. But most of them work. Okay, yeah. Well, let's get on with that, and we'll get into the weird parts later. But yeah, here we have our powerful boss, Apis, that has been known to be pulverizing things so much despite having a little over half the health of a Wither. But he's just so strong. He's got offense, defense, melee, ranged. He's all over the place. Sometimes literally with those jumps, because his rush punches, sometimes he goes the extra mile. Now, I will, however, have to do something a little different. Just let me see here. It's been a while. Now it's time set. Come on, you. There we go. Wait, what? Was I off on something? There we go. It's been a while since I've really had to throw down some codes. But the first mini-boss I'm showing burns in sunlight, so I'm making sure that he's got at least some kind of ghost of a chance here. Although, he is undead, so that's not exactly... well, you know what I mean. He's got a skeleton. He's not a ghost. He's a skeleton. But yeah. 43 damage in one smack. I saw that. Goodbye, minions. He just flattened a good portion of the minions and him in one shot. I'm surprised that skeleton was standing after that punch. I mean, they were just flying all over the place. I mean, seriously, that was crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to possibly dispose of some things along the way. Although, I might keep that bone wand as a bit of a trophy. But yeah, just look, he's barely damaged at all from that one. Now, I'll get the time back into day. Yeah, it's been a while since I've thrown down with the whole time command, but that was just crazy. That mini boss was just annihilated. Now, the Bandit Leader always comes with some bandits, just like the skeleton mage always comes with a few extra skeleton pals. The Bandit Leader isn't much taller than the others, but he is at least a little bit. Well, that was fast. He at least he did a little more damage to Apis. Come on here, you need some potions. Thank you. I already have a Whittler as a trophy. I can toss the arrows and stuff. My bag is pretty loaded right now. There's a reason why. Now, the Spitting Troll, as you know, doesn't need any encouragement to start a fight because his attacks do count. I just need to have him in proximity and stand about here. Because he usually goes a little towards the player sometimes. I don't know, he's kind of spitting all over the place. So this is a more natural fight if I can have Apis close enough to be hit with the spit. It's like magic spit. There you go. See, as I said, it does know how to engage. Unlike most of the others. Wow. Just blown away. Just, oh, that's classic Apis. Although he did do more damage than the previous one. Dude, you do not want to be there. Just trust me, you do not want to be there. Because that's not a good spot to be. Anywhere near Apis is not a good spot to be, Bandit. You're just a little guy. You're not the Bandit Leader. Might add some of the retributive damage that mini bosses and bosses from ArcanaRPG deal seem to be able to penetrate the special effect that protects Apis whenever he uses his shields. But Apis just knows how to do so much damage. I mean, seriously, that was crazy. He took down the lava troll. Admittedly, it did get him more than halfway, so it did a decent job. It's not the whole thing, though. We're still going. The Nether Badger is up next. He's toasty. But is he toasty enough? I'm blinded. Okay. I'm not sure if it was the Nether Badger who did that. Usually because I don't think I ever had one last long enough to do that to me. So, not sure. Now, from this position, Apis can hit him with explosions. So, if he doesn't get jostled out of that position, he is just completely done for. I can push him off to make it more convenient, but he got launched. How about just get you there, and let him punch you across the area that way. Man, his juggling is just painful. Oh, big blast. And the Nether Badger has been badgered. Now, trying to keep him off the walls, Apis has suffered considerable damage, but if I hadn't have done that, just saying, I know for a fact that Apis would have just kept using his, like, explosive flex, and just kept juggling him on there until he was out. So, I don't think he would have won no matter what, because Apis just had his number. But this is the Crystal Badger up next. The Nether Badger was okay, but the Crystal Badger is considerably stronger. It's from the Crystallium dimensions, not just the Nether, so we're kind of moving around there. I still have no idea why he always sounds like a coin machine. But it is what it is. Nether Steel suddenly reminded of the addition of Netherite again. Okay, Apis, I've got you back up to full health. Can you take down the Crystal Badger? Sudden stare? I don't know what that's about. Okay. Some awkward stares seem to apply. I don't know why. He is smacking him around pretty hard. Whoa. Did I get anchored by something? Oh, no, I was probably just stepped on one of the remnants of the mutant skeleton that Apis smashed. There was a couple. Apis has taken some serious damage this time, though. Okay. He can hit him there, apparently. Yeah, he flung him off. Right whenever he got KO'd by him. So we have one of the few instances of something that can actually take out Apis. The answer is to what, and not that many. So, yeah, congrats, Crystal Badger. You're one of the few that's managed to do it. And although it was down to less than half, so you can sure take a lot of punishment, and Hapus can certainly deal it out, because these are actually pretty strong for things considered mini bosses. Just saying. And now it's time to move that line. Let me see here. I need to do this carefully, in a way, because I need to just kind of separate that out for a moment. Because there's something kind of off with one of them. We'll get to that in a little while. Kind of, maybe. It depends. The general, definitely, although he is absurdly strong, so maybe I should have him for later. Well, he's pretty tough, but he doesn't have much HP, so maybe he can get through. We'll see. We'll see. So, Sapien General. Although then again, you usually face the Sand Giant before that point, so let's put him this way. And save this guy for some time after this one. Okay, so we have these three last this time. Now, Paladin might show off. It just depends. But for now, let's go with Sand Giant. He's a jolly fellow. I mean, he has a resemblance to a desert version of Santa Claus, but not exactly. 26 damage. Wow, that explosion just hit perfect. It even sounds a bit like you're... I mean, whenever he gets hit, he even sounds a bit like whenever you're shoveling sand or walking on sand or something like something sandy. And with that, he has been poofed. That was a very quick turnaround there. But wait, did I accidentally dispose of? There's one. Okay, that's where that went. Okay, I was gonna say I want to make sure that I have a one each for the few that have actually defeated him, because that doesn't come up very often. And I want to kind of eventually decorate this place with Apis statues that way. Kind of indicate whenever the Apis run is pretty much close to an end for quite some time. I mean, you'll probably be back quite a bit, pretty much no matter what. Okay, now our next one up, Storm King. I suppose Storm King it is. Storm King, hello. Now, Apis, I need to, of course, point you in the right direction. Now, which one? There you are. I need to find him there. Now, he does have a magic tornado. He is the Storm King, but, Apis has fireballs, and, I mean, his mortars, you can just spray them. And he's not taking much damage while he's getting juggled there. And he can still attack with those mortars. Oh, and he got himself out of the tornado and is smashing away now. Whoa, he is getting super juggled. Special note, remember Apis is immune to not only fire damage, but also fall damage, so even if he hits the ground after accumulating a lot of momentum, it does nothing. Oh, he defeated the Storm King while he was in that, and, wow, he was down to nearly down to half. But Storm King still could not beat Apis despite trying to use tornadoes at him. That's kind of nuts. Evolved Draken, you have a very annoying ability, I must admit. Apparently, whenever you're close. And what the... Is that how it hits you? You get hit with the slime? Okay. Because I've been hit with that before and didn't know where it was coming from exactly. I just knew it was something about him. But the Evolved Dracan is now getting just pummeled by Apis. Whoa! That was a humongous hit. And like that, he's already gone. maybe it sticks with you if you have some kind of... I don't know. It's stuck on me somehow. I'm trying to remember if I can have milk in creative. It has been so long since I've needed to try. I'm gonna get farther away from him for a moment and have this milk. If I don't jostle into him, of course. Oh wait, that's right. No, 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 no. That's... I just remembered there's a different way to have milk in this. Nope. Nope. Aha! Oh, come on, you. I don't need to... Even in creative, there are ways of being annoyed. How are you not done? I used the milk. I don't know how to get that off whenever it's stuck like that. I'm pretty sure there's a bug that will never be resolved. I might not be able to get rid of this condition. Well, there is another milk possibility. Okay. Better be on this side for a moment. Okay, let's try this again, because when in doubt, there's often the witching way. Okay, that should have worked. Even in creative, that should have worked. So, I don't know if there's any way I can ever get off that condition. It's stuck. It is officially stuck. I don't know. Although it doesn't seem to affect you when you fly. So, I'm having a weird time with this. Okay. Now I can get to my other one. Hopefully. Even though there is some... Why are you... Oh, do you need to be in darkness too? I'm sorry about that. Whew, okay, that happened. Okay, now he could go. Apis. Right for the explosion. Okay, he's hitting him with a dark cloud, but Apis is pummeling him very close range, and he's gone. That was hilariously fast flatlining there. Just hilariously fast. So, at least I'm not jittering while I'm in the air. That I can be grateful for. Okay, let's get in some of the final ones here. Because we have the Sapient General, and the Midnight Magician, and the Dark Ent. The thing I found out about the Midnight Shade is it just doesn't know how to engage them. The Paladin takes a long time. We'll see if maybe can fit that in. But let's go with the Sapient General first. No. Need it. Sometimes it's tricky engaging flight in this armor, ironically. Yep. See, he just takes so little damage. I mean, he's just so tanky. The Sapient General, man, that armor he's got on really makes him stupendously tanky. And yeah. Actually, that condition also makes it difficult to fly. So it makes it difficult to initiate. Like, it's hard to jump for some reason. Yeah, look, the guy is burning and he barely took any damage from that. So that's also one of those things. That would have given me a statue. So I'm declaring that one for him. And he normally becomes the Midnight Shade afterwards, but even if Apis got past that, I'm gonna go ahead and show what happens. I can't get. Oh wait, wrong one. I meant to click here. I can't get this to engage Apis in any way, in any direction. Just observe. I've targeted Apis, but it doesn't even register this thing. If I reset it, it doesn't think of it initially. Like at all. It only registers Apis. And on top of that, whenever it shoots its magic, it just follows me. It, like, never really concerns itself with other entities, although it will stop whenever it hits one, but it counts as a neutral source, so he never gets upset about it. So no matter how hard I try, I cannot get him to engage. See, like, it hits him, but he won't fight back, and this thing won't actually register him as a target. It only is trying to come after me. Do you see how it's homing? So this thing seems to not have direct AI of its own. It just creates these homing shots. So this is kind of like how shulkers are, but it's kind of like an early version of it. So the Midnight Shade is basically a shulker in disguise, and it, oddly in 1.7.10. So, yeah, that's kind of weird. Though shulkers actually do, in fact, have targeting because they'll figure out what they're attacking with their homing shots. So because of that, it's a bit different. Now I'll engage the other two Midnight bosses. We have the Midnight Magician. These two, they'll engage properly. Just let me reset that. Okay, there we go. And for some odd reason, even if I do select them, they won't actually attack something when I hit the when I click the other entity. So it has to be him targeting them. It's kind of a weird quirk. This guy has all sorts of magic. There's these ground waves that he does. And he does have the ability to either drain health or regenerate. Although he is getting juggled. However, he's not taking much damage, and Apis has taken a ton. He was just, like, walking on the edge, strutting himself for a little while there. It's like, doot, 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 doot. I'm just walking here. I mean, seriously. He was just strutting around. And that is also worth another statue, so. Oh, the block of red mercury. I do need to empty this stuff out at some point. In a much more major way. So that's a third. So far we've had the Sapient General, the Midnight Magician, and the Crystal Badger that was able to take him on. Everything else has gotten clobbered. But there's still also, of course, the Midnight Int. Well, it's not the Midnight Int, it's the Dark Int, but it shows up in the Midnight Dimension. Is why I called it that. The Dark Int. It's also rather huge. Kind of. I mean, it's not the biggest mob I've dealt with before, but it is still kind of big. And you can see how one-sided this is against Apis because he's just taking an absolute pummeling. Although he did set it on fire. The explosion dealt some damage, but overall, the Dark Int was just way too strong. It just has way too much HP for Apis to handle. So, he just got nailed. Although it's still burning. Seriously, how long was that fire that Apis set on it? It's kind of ridiculous. And will I ever get rid of this Leadfoot status? I think whenever I go out and go back in, it'll be gone. But that's not going to be quite yet. Okay. Got through those. So is these three... That one, so that's again a fourth statue. But then there's something special with the Paladin. And the Paladin... Well, let's just say he takes long enough that he'd probably be worth his own episode, because they both have fantastic defense against each other. So it's going to take a while, but it'll be an epic fight for another time. So I can certainly say I've done most of the mini-bosses, and all of them that were kind of important. Although the Paladin, again, it's going to be pretty cool. But I'll probably do that as its own thing just to show off why I'm doing it that way. For now, I'll be logging off. It's been interesting doing the whole Apis runs thing. And let me see. For now, let me just prep to get my statues up. There we go. Because I only have as you can see, I've got quite a collection. He has been defeated many times, but he's also been defeating things many times. So, eventually, I will have this place completely decorated off his statues. So, yeah. So that's 4 more for the curves. It's kind of funny to think of it like that. But, I don't know if that really references anything. Per se. Do I have... Okay, I have plenty of time. I have plenty of spaces left for more of Apis. So, yeah. Well, we'll be good. I'm just going to say that, again, I'm not touching any controls. It's just the way it is. But I'm going to just go off on a jig. For now, this has been Glitch Reaper. I'll be logging off. Hope to hear from you all later. And bye, everybody. And remember, there will be more mob battles.